We have one last day of Santa Ana winds. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mackenzie Lake here with a look at our full Wednesday forecast. Before we get into the forecast part, I want to talk about Santa Ana wind classification. The National Weather Service has 4 categories for these wind events, ranging from weak all the way through extreme. So take a look at the differences between these sustained winds. Really weak Santa Ana winds projected around 15 to 25 miles an hour, and extreme events looking to be upwards of 50 miles per hour or greater. That's not even factoring in wind gusts. Take a look at the types of damage there as well. The reason I'm pulling up this graphic here is because we are projecting more Santa Ana winds into next week, and if you've been keeping up on the forecast here, we've been tracking extreme events each and every time, but looks to be Monday into Tuesday of next week, a weak to moderate event will be taking place. So still red flag warning, still concerns with fire weather, but not nearly as strong as the Santa Ana winds we saw last week and then even through today. Let's take a look at our future track jet stream here, because today we have more of an easterly component with these winds. Depending on the wind direction, again, impacts could range. So with these easterly winds that we're projecting here, you can see that push. A lot of those stronger winds out on the coastal waters, but today looks to be more impactful for Ventura County because we have these stronger winds up in the upper atmosphere. Those will be allowed to drop down further towards the surface. And so with that easterly component, Ventura, we could see wind gusts upwards of 50 miles an hour today. So here's a look at future track wind gusts. We're going to map out the next few hours here. 8 o'clock in the morning, we're looking to range into that 20 to 30 mile per hour range. And then you can see here as we head through just about an hour time frame, we're already up to 45 miles an hour in Ventura, 40 there in Oxnard. You can see how that easterly push is really going to impact these areas, but not only is it impacting those areas down in Ventura County, we're actually going to see our winds picking up through California Valley, through Coyama, through interior portions of San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara. That's important to note. We'll keep that in the back of your mind, but let's take a look at these next couple of hours here. Again, winds start to die down by the end of the day, so right around that 4 p.m. time frame, that's when a lot of these wind advisories will be allowed to finally expire. And then as we head into our Friday and Saturday, winds transition back to the north and northwest. Really good improvement for fire containment efforts. That's going to raise our humidity values. These red flag warnings will be allowed to expire. And again, this should be a huge time for firefighters to really gain containment on those fires down through LA. Here's a look at that wind advisory, as I mentioned, dropping off at 3 p.m., maybe a little bit earlier. This was edited to about 30 to 50 mile per hour sustained winds, gusts around 60 miles per hour isolated, main impacts through high elevation areas, but something to keep in mind. And then we do have a red flag warning in effect for interior portions of San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, and all of Ventura County until 6 p.m. this afternoon. Very important to note that this was extended for Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo interior because of those really strong winds, and again, that easterly component that we're tracking today. And of course, with that easterly component, these temperatures are actually rising up a few degrees from yesterday as well. A majority of the central coast is going to warm back up into the upper 60s, lower 70s. Mostly sunny skies are expected. Maybe some smoke and haze wafting into the Ventura County area. We'll have to keep an eye on air quality, have those windows closed, avoid strenuous activity outside. Today's still an extreme day with fire weather concerns. You'll want to make sure to practice fire safety when heading out the door, and take a look at just how warm those temperatures are in Ventura County, well above average for this time in January. Overnight lows cooling back down into the 20s and 30s for some areas. More likely another round of frost advisories, freeze warnings going into effect. So a lot to take in with this forecast here, but again, fire weather concerns looking to be the main topic today. Have a good Wednesday and a great work week.